Hello, I'm Wafflestick, and welcome back to my Minecraft series here on 1.11. We are over here at our old base, and I'm going to say this right now because I didn't say it last episode. We will be coming back to our old base and using some of the farms, and also coming back just to see everything and mess around. It's not going to be abandoned. I just thought I'd make that notice right now. And as of right now, I am using mending to fix this pickaxe, and it's just about there. I think it'll take a couple more spiders and then we will get rolling. But I gotta go through my base to see if there's anything I need to grab before I do head off. Now I must say, it is a little bit of a shame to see this area not be used as much as it was. And I think I do have everything I need. I collected it when I did come in at first, but make sure there's nothing else. Let's go ahead and look at our emeralds. Since we do have 3 or 4 villages, I think I'm going to take some of that, and I do need to take my gold. And I think I need to check on the iron farm to see how it's doing, but let's go downstairs to make sure there's nothing there, because I do put a lot of stuff down here. Okay, so we have all these books and some horse armor, and lapis is definitely going to be a big one. We will need it. And here's my ender chest. Let's see if there's anything in here. Did I leave anything in here? What's up, guys? My bow. I need that, most definitely, and I do have some redstone-y stuff, some dye, which I may take, some hoppers, might as well take those, and that's pretty much it from here. It's kind of nice to come back and see the acrobatics of the squids. A couple of them there, I've got one name tag, so it's going to stay there permanently. The other ones just come to visit his friend. And I think the piston door looks good there because it's kind of subtle and hidden. I didn't want that room being very noticeable. Now that we are in our area again, I think I'm going to work on this base. Because as you can see, this isn't very natural. I just kind of roughly threw it together. But I did intend coming back and fixing this. It does need quite a bit of work. And I probably shouldn't have put the stained glass there. Just to see what it looked like. But I don't know. It's kind of uneven and it works weirdly with the inside, and then I've got a bunch of repairs to do. So, you know, I'm crossing my fingers this goes well. As far as like the stone slabs and how all the columns are lined up, it just doesn't go well. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and terraform this area just a little bit more for a time lapse, and we can get going. And so, about 2 hours later, we have finally finished the terraforming of our base, which I think was very essential. You may have seen in the time lapse about halfway through, I did take a break and then came back later. I did about an hour interval in between, and I went out and got some ginger snaps, bought some new speakers for my computer, which is absolutely lovely. I just plug my headphones into those speakers when I need to use them, and I can control the volume with the speaker knob. That's kind of cool. I think they're really nice. They're 20 bucks, and hey, can't go wrong with some computer speakers. And since we are in a more creative mood, I have decided to go ahead and collect some clay to make some clay blocks, because I want to do a design for the main entryway of my base. So, you know, like once you go in, you have like the entry hub, like the main room that you can relax in. And I want to take the walls down in that and recreate them because it is much needed. That stone just so conflicts with the sandstone for some reason. I don't know what it is. But I found that gathering clay blocks in this area may be a little bit more challenging. However, there is a swamp not too far from here, which I'm going to probably go to because I need myself a bunch of clay blocks, and I'm hoping I can get there safely without too much of a fuss. It really wasn't too far. I thought it was going to be a little bit further than this, but as you can see, we have a bunch of clay patches here, which I'm going to take advantage of and go ahead and gather a bunch of clay while I am out here. At least, you know, enough to do the room and maybe a little bit more in the future if we're going to be using them. And I do need to gather some of these lily pads for some more terraforming projects coming in the future for the base itself, because personally, I'm just not a big fan of having very bland land, but I don't want to clutter it up too much. I really should invest in a door so that I can go under the water and collect all of this clay. Seems like I'm not really caring at the moment though. I'm having fun just dipping up and down. And finally, my inventory has been properly arranged and cleaned out, which is an excellent thing. As you can see, we have ourselves a bunch of clay blocks that are going to be used for the wall design. I collected so much clay, it's unbelievable. I went through so much time gathering it. I put a lot of episode effort to this episode for sure. And then we also have some cacti cooking up inside of this. So we'll have some dye components, and then also we have some oak wood. And in my extra ender chest right here that I'm operating as a backpack, I gathered some other materials to maybe help with the build if we do get to a snag. And I'm thinking, last but not least, if I do have some of the iron somewhere, which I think I may have placed in here, I think we should make ourselves some shears and go collect some spruce leaves, because just in case we may need some of those. So let me go gather a few of those while that cacti is cooking up, and we can kind of go from there. So I'm just putting all my stuff in my super smelter, all of my clay to go into hardened clay. As you can see, it's working its magic, and I've just got to wait for this whole process to go through, which is going to maybe take a little bit of time, but that's fine with me. I've got to go AFK anyway, and I blocked up my room, so we should be good to go. I don't think there's anything about, but let's go ahead and wait for this to get done, because I'm excited. I want to decorate this room really bad. It's part of my main base, so why not? So I'm getting a vibe, and I'm feeling a really nice vibe from this. We have our dark oak, and I'm thinking that is what's going to do it with this wall, along with something else. So we should probably just give this a shot, just to see what it looks like. This isn't a permanent design, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that. I'm just testing it out. Hopefully I won't break too many blocks here. Let's go ahead and take some leaves, put them along like that. And then if we have our dark oak, does that look pretty good? Or that's just too much going on in the walls and not enough with the flooring and ceiling? It's kind of counterbalancing it a little bit, which doesn't look that great to me. Yeah, I'll have to work on this a minute. Let's go ahead and see if we can take those out. Okay, it's looking a little bit better. Let's go ahead and possibly take this slab out and see if maybe it's just the... Ooh, that actually looks pretty cool. I think we should use the interlock as some way, because that looks pretty neat. Something about that is kind of sparking to me. And I'm like, ooh, doesn't look half bad, but let me think about it a little bit longer. After some thought and looking at it very closely, I have decided that this design is definitely something I want to consider. And that's the thing about this design. If maybe we could, let's go ahead and try something here. I'm just going to try this for giggles. Probably won't go anywhere, but if we did something like this and continue that like so, maybe like an eye kind of design with the column in the center, which looks different. It definitely looks different, but it is using the same amount of blocks as any other one would. And our design for this room has been completed for the wall. I haven't completed it completely, but it is complete, if I must say. It actually looks pretty good. After working with it for a while, I decided to go with maybe a little bit more of a complex design compared to what I usually do. You know, I just have some stairs alternating for every wall there is, and I think I'm going to use this design to break up the sandstone. I think it works quite well, and as you can see, I put some glowstone in there along with a trapdoor, giving it more of like an artesian look. It kind of looks like a waffle if you look at it. Ironically, it looks like a waffle. But I'm thinking this looks good because, you know, it's like, hey, this is more of a technical area and, you know, puzzle pieces are fitting together. I think it's kind of appropriate because I'm sort of like a puzzle. A very simple puzzle. So, about after 45 minutes of work, we finally have our decoratives in the wall. And I did go with the design that I was pointing out earlier. I think it looks pretty nice. I would like to say thank you to Pickle MC and also Kyle Maxman. Pickle MC said that, hey, you should probably throw in some oak logs because those go pretty well with the birch and the sandstone. I thought, yeah, that looks pretty good. And I put my own twist on it, put my dark oak logs into the design, and I think it looks nice. I think that darker contrast with the light contrast looks really nice. And then Kyle Maxman said, hey, maybe you should throw in some hidden glowstone. And I thought, well, I do like the design of glowstone, so I put my own twist on it and have trapdoors on them. They're slightly hidden, and I think it complements the wall quite well. So thank you two. That was great suggestions, and I do appreciate that. But with that being said, and I also want to point out that I did put chests in some of the corners that just did not fit into the design. As you can see, I was pushing on the edge here, and it's a little bit uneven, so it kind of threw me off, but in the end, it all came together. And that should be about it for this wall design. Let's go ahead and get into something else because I'm pretty excited to get inside of this area in the base and hopefully do something with it. So I just got back and I lost all of my good stuff because I was stupid and I forgot to put it all away before I AFK'd. What's wrong with me? So I'm going to work on getting some new tools. Obviously, we will need to go ahead and more tools, which I'm hoping I have some iron. There we go, and I guess we can get to crafting on some temporary stuff, because I'm going to need it. We're back over here at our cave spider farm, and I must say, I am pretty happy, because we did get a bunch of work done. I've been over here grinding, and I finally got some stuff done. As you can see, my experience bar is completely depleted. And we now have a diamond pickaxe, which has efficiency 4, fortune 3, mending, and an unbreaking 3, which is fine. I had a bunch of stuff left over from my AFK fish farm, and I made this bow right here. My power 5, mending, punch 2, infinity, and breaking 3, which is awesome. Now for the shovel, I only got unbreaking 3. I will have to work on the efficiency for that. And then for our diamond sword, we have an unbreaking 3 and bane of arthropods. I mean, it could be worse, but I think what I need to do is try to work on getting a sharpness book. So let's go over here just to see what we could get on a level 30 enchant for our book. So we do have fire protection 3, bane of arthropods 1, and smite 1, which none of those are good at all. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I guess I need to go ahead and start grinding up some more levels because that's what it's looking like. Next up, we should probably work on our armor. So let's see. I have 40 levels to work with, which isn't bad. Unbreaking 3. I think I'll go with Unbreaking 3 just to get that. That is going to be good there. And let's go ahead and go to our leggings, which that's going to be another Unbreaking 3. And blast protection, hey, I mean, it could be worse. And then we have our, we should probably do, yeah, we'll do our helmet next. Aqua Affinity, no, I don't think that's going to be good. I think we need to personally go ahead and craft up another helmet to get that out of the enchantment. Since I have so much iron, I'm going to go ahead and just do this. And let's burn that. So we get that out of the way. And then we need to take our helmet again. We can get Unbreaking 3 on this. Fire protection, okay, alright. That's probably going to work. I mean, it's a bunch of Unbreaking, and that may be pretty good for like the nether or something. but I'm not personally happy with that, but you know, it is what it is. And this is going to be Depth Strider 3, which is really good. You know, since we are kind of already here, let's go ahead and get that. And it's Unbreaking 3 at Depth Strider 3, which isn't too bad. That'd be good for water reversing and all that. So from here, I have 27 levels, and I think what I need to do is go ahead and go into this anvil, and then we will grab this. So we will put it right here. Whoops, actually I forgot something. Let's go ahead and collect that again. And then let's go over here to this chest. And I think I have a protection 3, excellent. And then I need feather falling. So we'll take those two, put that onto the good old anvil, and we will put ourselves some protection 3 on this. Only costing 3, so that's good. And then this is feather falling. I think I could put that on the boots. Have those. That'll be good for next episode too. Definitely need to work on getting some more protection though. That's one thing I need to work on. 35 levels to work with, so let's see what we can get going here. I think I need to go ahead and craft up a new sword, which is going to just take a couple of diamonds. I'm a little bit shifty about crafting swords, but you know, it is what it is. I want as much as I can get, because I am personally not good at PvP or anything. So we do have an Unbreaking 3 with the chance of something with that. Sharpness 4, Knockback 2, Unbreaking 3. I do not regret that. That's much better than this one. That's about it. That's all I've got for you here on episode 9. I do have some stuff planned for episode 10, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it pretty soon. I've got to do some work before I do it, so you may see it a little bit later in the week. But my work schedule has went back into place, so I will be able to bring you that content a little bit faster than last week, which I need to apologize for. I had an earlier work schedule, so it kind of affected it a little bit. But guys, I will see you in episode 10, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.